explore vast alien worlds. Tin right here contains the whole rigmarole.
I used to smoke about an ounce of hash every day.
Good.
And it made me go a little bonkers.
Maybe if I occupy his mind with more duties, I can control his space.
Hi. Big fat doobies. Hi.
And now, Matt and Gran.
You dropped the ball there, bud. Today is Saturday, February 27, 2021, episode 232 of the Hot Box. My name's Matt. That's Gran. What's up, Gran?
What's going on, buddy? How you doing today?
Good, man. Good. Vint with us today. What's up, Vint? All right. Bunch of push-to-talk cats.
Again.
Y'all must have been playing Ark before with that push-to-talk on. That's okay.
In
Hotbox.
my defense, I had Groovy down.
That's okay. Hotboxpodcast.com. That's the website. Check it out. Streaming here live every Saturday from the RDABS Discord. Link is on the site and on the subreddit RDABS. If you go over to reddit.com, check it out. Come hang out with us here throughout the week. Fun gaming and movie nights and all that sort of stuff. And then on Saturdays, it's podcast day, baby. Top of the show, mention a little server news. Today is the last day if you want an RDABS shirt. We have that going on via bonfire.com, and we'll have a link in the chat here for it if you want to go order one. And then, I think tonight, or I don't know what time it ends, but like today, I believe is the last day to get your order in.
Yep, and then just because of that, we're going to give away one shirt today to one of you guys listening live.
Nice. We'll do
I
that.
don't know how we're going to do that, but...
Towards the end of the show, blindfolded, and then just pick a random person. We'll see. I'll think of a number, and I'll write that number down, and then we'll just have everyone type out a number each in the chat between one and whatever, and then I think that might be easiest. I don't know.
Or we could do it the way that we always do, is put everybody's name in a list and randomly pick it in general.
Well, yeah, but are you going to be able to do that on the fly? Like,
Isn't Vint going to be able to do that and put it in?
oh,
right
yeah,
now
I forgot
at the
about
end of the
Vint.
show?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vint.
because he didn't talk.
I know.
Is he able to talk now?
Brontosaurus mids, though.
Brontosaurus mids can't talk now either.
Oh, how's it better?
Oh, there you are. What up, baby?
Okay.
All right, we good then. So yeah,
Wow.
Vint, Brontosaurus mids will work on that, and towards the end we'll announce who wins the shirt and get your size and all that. Also want to mention Project Survival. My new album is out, and we broke 2,000 streams on the new album. So high five to me and everyone who listened to it. I definitely appreciate the support on that. You guys are pretty awesome. It's out on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, all that shit. It's even on Amazon. It's like, why am I on Amazon? I don't know.
Why not?
Why not, baby? That's right. I do want to mention, because I've seen this a lot, and I don't know if people just don't read or if they just assume that like Discord means chaos, so I can kind of do whatever. But like, we're all about dabs and shit here, but there's a pretty strong zero tolerance sourcing rules. So please try and keep that in mind. Don't come in asking for dabs and stuff, because you will probably most likely get banned right away with no warning. So
I have been very hard on that in the past, and I started lightening up a little bit and giving out warnings, but then Discord came out with the when you join the server, you now have to accept and read the rules.
Right.
So with that, there is zero exception for it, and sorry, I have zero sympathy.
And literally, it's not us. Like, I give a fuck if you guys want to source from each other, but Discord is like, you can't do that, and we'll lose the server, and we don't want to do that. So we definitely have to.
Or have the FBI.
And I don't want to get also and also that. So,
That would not be pleasant.
yeah.
We're just protecting our own ass. That's
Just a
essentially-
friendly reminder: no sourcing in the public chats, please. Start things out from the RDABS Discord. User Avery BMX posted a pretty sweet shot with the old J-Red diamond knot. Is that a 6-stack, Vinter? Did you count the stacks?
Looks like a 6-stack to me.
Yeah, all right. Who else is getting a 6-stack here soon, bud?
Hey, this guy right here.
Nice. I am looking forward to your 6-stack dab video on the RDABS subreddit one night.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Pretty sweet.
I cannot wait to waste like all of my wax on that thing.
Yeah. I like how this cat set up the lighting, and it actually looks like it's a window, so maybe they didn't do that on purpose, but it has a cool silhouette effect of the rig and everything. Cool rig,
too. He flooded that thing, too.
Yeah.
Like, he flooded that thing.
I like one of the comments is the oil is going right in the water. That's not efficient for concentrates. Why not use a banger? Clearly coming from someone who's never used a diamond knot. So
I don't know. I saw like half a drop go in there. I don't know. It's all right.
People always got something to say though.
That was a little cold.
People are always too worried about other people's wax, in my opinion.
That's true.
You do see that a lot, whether it's the color of it, the consistency of it, or how much they're wasting. Like, you can't ever win.
Exactly.
And I think that just goes along with having a community with so many users. Like, you can't please everybody all the time, and especially on an internet forum that allows for some semblance of anonymity on it. People always gonna say some shit, which is dope. I mean, say your shit. Say it. Let's see. User Robbins0172 posted, for all the Aquatech lovers out there like myself, the weekend's here. Some nice Aquatech. And what I was really looking for in this post were the CRC hate comments. And I'll tell you, didn't have to go very far to find one. First comment here, is Aquatech a fancier name for CRC? Or is it genuinely a different extraction filter method? Not knocking, just curious. Which, I should also mention, is something someone would say when they are knocking. So, take that for what it's worth.
Right. Why? When are people going to learn that CRC isn't inherently bad?
Yeah, and it kind of devolves into a back and forth. I like this user. Shout out Avery B94. He they throw a link out to Weed Maps about some Aquatech, and then just says, "Here you go, bitch boy." Like, bro. Well, now I'm gonna listen to your opinion since you called me a bitch. And then and then he comes out and he's like, I extract oil for a living and I know how things work. It's like, oh, facepalm. This is why people don't like extract artists, dog. But I think Robbins handled it well. It says, so you extract for a living, but come here and talk shit and call people names on their own post. Instead of just actually adding some value by using your knowledge and not calling people you don't know bitch boy, you blow your entire post with that. I thought that was amusing. I always look for that kind of shit when it comes to CRC. And then I tried to chime in and throw a little education in there, but I think it probably got lost in the midst of everything here. But basically the CRC is going to taste just fine if they took the terpenes out before everything went through the CRC filter, which you can very easily do depending on your setup. And that's how you get the difference between good CRC. I mean, that's one of the ways you get good CRC versus not good is, are you letting the terps also get CRC'd, or are you removing that fraction beforehand? Because that makes a huge difference. So,
but see, this is a lot of the things that a lot of people don't really know, and that can make CRC bad. Yeah,
and I know we talk about it every now and again, but I always think it's good stuff to reiterate, especially because I see so much misinformation about it always flying around. So whenever I get a chance to chime in with a little helpful education, I like to first start things off by calling them a bitch boy or girl. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. User Risk Serious posted. This was one from Vinter that they sometimes in the voice chat. That's another fun thing we'll do here on the RDABS Discord is we'll go through some of the subreddit posts and kind of talk about them just in voice chat and stuff. Some of the more interesting posts, I guess. Thoughts? Illegal state? Just throwing it out there.
Oh, I remember this one. Oh, geez.
With some head stash, Percy stash, baller jar. Do you want to talk to us about what you found interesting on this post, Vinter?
Atrix and I had been talking about this post for a bit because some Canadian self-proclaimed hash maker came in to defend these black market brands like head stash in Percy, saying they weren't actually just trim run, whatever. Because also claiming that it wasn't CRC, which honestly most of the black market product most likely is. It doesn't mean it's bad, doesn't mean it's good.
Most of the light colored
CRC.
black market product. Yeah, for sure.
Right. The stuff that's coming out in these baller jars, like all over the place, it's just bottom of the barrel scraps that people are buying up. Yeah. And there's another post that it's on the docket later on, but it's pretty similar.
And there's so much of it around because there's so much trim around. And
exactly.
Instead, you can do, I guess, 3 things with trim. You can make RSO, you can make distillate, or you can make CRC, either diamond, slabs, anything. And what it's going to do is make it look like a good product. But once you taste it, it's over, which it makes it really good for this black market type of shit because people are just buying based off a picture or a video. So they have no clue what it smells like or what it tastes like. And like we've said before, it's literally eggs. You can take eggs and cook them numerous variety of ways and get different consistencies and everything. And you can do the same thing with trim. As long as the THCA content is more than the THC content, because the THC will prevent diamonds from forming and all of that, then you can basically make whatever with it. The problem is, unless you have good terps to add back into it, like it's all going to taste the same and it's going to taste like shit, you know?
Not to mention that a lot of times these jars are getting to plugs in whatever, say they sell out the jar, and then they'll just refill it with whatever bulk wrap they have, you know?
And then pass it on to the next custody.
Exactly, and it's still in that little head stash jar, you know, little branded and everything.
Mm-hmm. Should give a quick shout out to r/custody, the subreddit, the official subreddit for custies. Which one of you assholes made that one, first of all? Was it you?
No, I'm pretty sure it was Eastern. It was Eastern.
Oh, okay. Shout out Eastern. I want to give Eastern a shirt just for making our custody. What a badass.
How many members is it up to right now?
Well, that's a good question. Eastern?
Come on, you got to know.
Should also mention
18.
Our dab rigs broke 3,000 or 4,000. Now I need to look. That's the nice one me and you, Grand, are on.
Which one?
Our dab rigs.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's been doing well.
A little more import glass than I would personally like to see, but I'm glad that people have a place to post that stuff and have discussions about it and maybe eventually learn and move on from buying imports if they can afford it. If that's all you can afford, then right on, use it. As long as it works and you're not getting sick from it, from poorly done work, then all the more better do it, and we're at 4,000 members.
I think that's the key, though, is finding decent glass. And the only reason we say import isn't really decent glass is because a lot of the times they are just kind of mass producing shit and trying to ship it out.
Yeah, it's sweatshop glass. Let's be real. Most of it. Not all of it, but most of it.
This is an Illuminati Fab egg recycler, and this isn't American glass, but it's like branded America and all that shit. It's like a little bit higher end China.
It's assembled in America.
It's exactly. But, I mean, at least it's halfway decent glass. I mean, it's not $1,000 rig by any means, but it functions great. It doesn't fume off toxic shit and kill you.
It gets you just as high.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. If it functions fine and the glass is decently thick, you don't want something really thin because it'll just fucking tink. And then
Well, that and depending on how far away your nail is and the torch and everything, if you accidentally, the thicker glass is going to be a little more resilient than you just punching a hole right through your thin wall there by hitting it with the torch accidentally.
And even that, it really helps too if you have a nice Boro rig or something. If you run hot water through it, you can actually run hot water through it instead of having to be very, very careful with the temperature of water you put in your rig because it'll fucking shatter.
God, I couldn't even imagine just filling it up and it just shatters in your hand. Oh, it'd be the worst.
Dude, I can't. There's so many stories of people doing that.
Yeah.
A lot of the people who, when they first get China and stuff like that, and they kind of start getting into collecting rigs, they'll be like,
You gotta be very, very careful with the water that you put in your rig, otherwise you're gonna crack.
No, you shouldn't, because Boro doesn't give a fuck like that. Let's see. User Reflection RF posted, I took my first ever fat dab last night. Little context, I've only done honey catcher and tiny dabs with my friends in the past. Last night I decided to get some straw nana sauce, 1 gram, $49, 80% THC from the heavy hitters. Torched the shit out that banger for a minute, waited 40 seconds, dropped a nice goop in there, and stirred it around with my bike repair Allen tool. Yeah.
he did not say that. Wait.
I hope he did. Put the carb cap on, inhaled till I couldn't anymore. I learned from Dope as Yola. Shout out Yola. And holy shit, I coughed my lungs out. I thought I was going to wake up my whole family at 1 a.m. in the morning thinking that they thought I was dying. I regained my composure, was about to play a game of Rumble Fighter, ended up going AFK by accident, leaving a friend by the wayside in the process. Had a complete lapse in memory for about 30 minutes till I came back to reality. Residual effects are still present nearly 24 hours after I took the dab. Life is good.
Is he sure he didn't like smoke a little bit of the grease off that bike tool? Possibly.
I know.
I think he might have.
But I mean, if you're used to just taking like the smallest dabs and then you just go in on a hottie with like, you know, a 0.3 or 0.2 or whatever, depending on what you're used to taking, like that shit'll make you sweat for sure. Especially if you don't have a tolerance. Oh yeah.
I know the dab sweats, but you don't lose time. What?
Yeah, I've never personally done that on weed. There are substances out there that will make you absolutely lose some time.
You might think it's been like only a half hour and it's been like 3 hours, but
Maybe he greened out for a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
no. Even then, greening out's completely different.
What is greening out? For those of us that have never heard that phrase before, I feel like you explained it once on a show, but I don't remember.
Greening out is what they call the weed flu. It's
Hypermesis? The cannabis hypermesis thing, and you puke and shit?
No. That is something different. That's having too much like of a tolerance and smoking way too much, and then you end up being like nauseous
Sick.
in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm talking.
You just like passing out, basically, like a dab nap?
No. Okay, so I've only ever had. Okay, well.
Now I need to try to do this. I mean, shit.
So I'll tell you my experience about greening out after the dab break.
Oh, wait. Atrix said greening out is like K-holing, but with weed. Oh, see, that I understand. You just... What are we dabbing on today, boys? I got that lemon jack, Dr. Jolly's. I actually bought a few grams and put it into 1 gram, so I kind of made my own little baller jar here. CRC goodness, but they took the terps out before, and that's why it's so fucking good. And it's only like $25 a gram out the door at a rec shop, which is amazing. So
I have some Granddaddy Perps myself.
I also have some Granddaddy Perp sauce.
Nice.
Really? Look at us matching. We planned this.
Now I need to, after the podcast, go and buy some Granddaddy Perps.
Yep, it's what you got to do.
It's a good strain. They used to be really popular a few years ago. Like when everyone started hating Blue Dream, I feel like everyone was on that GDP tip. Also, I'm on Dab 304 for the old peak here. Same atomizer.
So why do people hate Blue Dream?
Oh, I don't know. It's just one of those things.
It's cool to hate Blue Dream.
That's why. Yeah.
All right. Well, this ad was actually brought to you by our producers, and
we have producers now.
We do kind of have producers.
That's awesome.
It's weird, isn't it?
I've always wanted a producer.
Right? Do they pay for shit? Oh wait, no. We have to pay them. Well, this was brought to you by Redhead Production, I believe they're called. Is that correct?
Ginger Soul Production, dog.
Ginger Soul Production.
And
you got it real close.
We had a producer.
I'm a little high, sorry. Anyways, here you guys go.
Your Dio not flexing on your BO, bro? Get on fleek with our new Omni Canacor CBD infused Cannabis deodorant. That's right, our patented revolutionary new deodorant provides extended release relaxation, available in dank, fire, and gas strengths. You'd expect to pay a predatorily high interest rate loan for this. Well, you're in luck. Buy now for not 30, not 20. You can have your very own CBD cannabis deodorant for only $14.99. That's still too much. This sweat-stomping smell kicker will curb stomp your hoobie stank and go American history extinguishing your stench.
Oh, dude, you can't say that.
I just did.
What the fuck?
Buy it, or these bees die for nothing. Cannibals deodorant.
Don't ask me what I smoked when I wrote it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's the kind of shit I would do if I had fuck you money. Like, didn't have to work all day. I would just sit here and, like, think of shit like that and then make it happen. Like, that's fucking awesome. Also, hitting the peak dry today. That's right. Tasting the terps.
Whew, man, that GDP just hit nice. Well,
Brontosaurus Mid says, I greened out the second time I hit a real bong. My buddy was just like, hit this. Don't worry about the slide or the lighter. And he torched a gram bowl with a triple flame pocket torch. And I milked that shit yellow and then coughed for like 15 minutes. Chilled out for a second. The room started spinning and then I puked. That's awesome.
So that's why you call it the weed flu.
Okay.
It's extremely similar to having the flu.
I don't think I've ever done that. I've puked from coughing too hard, but
yes,
that was just like a gag thing. It wasn't like,
no,
oh, I'm so high and dizzy, I'm gonna throw up. You know?
No, it's extremely different. Yeah. I puke a lot from coughing too hard because I have asthma, and it just fucking happens extremely easy for me. But greening out is a completely different feeling. For me, the exact same thing happened. The room just started fucking spinning, and you just like lost all balance. And I felt like I was going to throw up, but I never did.
Damn.
It was really
that does
weird.
not sound fun. I mean, it's better. I'd take that over an overdose on another drug that would like actually kill you from that. Like that seems a little better, but like, yeah, that doesn't sound very enjoyable.
I've never had weed had that happen to me. I only have had CBD do that to me.
Oh, crazy. He's like ultra lightweight.
No. So what we were doing was we were dabbing normal, and he had some 1,500 milligram tincture that we were dropping as well, just dropper after dropper after dropper.
Yeah.
And then we also had CBD ISO that we were dabbing hard. And just somehow after like 2 or 3 hours of doing this, we just fucking started, both me and him at the exact same time, greened the fuck out.
Ugh.
And then we came back and we were fine. But it was rough. I did not like it. That's the only time it's ever happened, though.
Diamond XO says, oh, if that's greening out, then I did that once. Same as that. You don't know where you are, kind of.
Yeah, it's real.
Atrix Denot Thought says, only time I greened out was when I was a noob and a buddy shared a backwood with me. Put too much in that, smoked it too quick, whatever. My body was super heavy, felt super nauseous, couldn't open my eyes because I was too dizzy. Also never threw up from it.
Yeah, see, it's some people throw up, some people don't. It's weird.
Nice.
But it's different than coughing and puking.
Right. And different from another drug OD.
Yes, absolutely.
Everyone's learning today.
Everybody's learning.
User Muddit Benot posted, please share your black market wax experience if you had any of these or your opinions, and which one would you prefer? Headstash versus Percy versus G-Spot Genetics versus Hagen-Dabs versus Derb and Terps versus Zero Gravity. Is this cat, and this was one that Venter also found in relation to the other one, is this cat just like reposting his plug Snapchat pics on there and then asking?
Sure that's exactly what's happening.
He's literally crowdsourcing his purchase.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Somebody should make a website for that. Crowdsource my BM or some shit like that. That'd be so
we should
good.
make it a Reddit. Oh my god.
Somebody make a new sub.
Pick my boof. Pick my boof. Oh my
Look out, Amazon. Here comes pickmyboof.com.
And then the sister site, ratemyboof.com. Do you remember all those rating sites? Like back when the internet was first starting, there was like everybody was rating everybody's everything. And it was the craziest shit.
Hair, face, butt, poop.
Boobs, butts. Yeah, everything. Rate my poo. That was one. Oh my God.
Rate my poo.
Oh, memories
that's
though.
An absolute website.
Did you have any comments particular that you wanted to point out on this one, Venter?
Yeah, the ice cream packaging on the Durban Turpies and the Haagen-Dazs. You know, the packaging that's just a little too similar. It has that dank vapes and the fucking nerds rope vibes.
Yeah,
you know?
I get what they were trying to do. Haagen-Dazs, Haagen-Dabs. It's similar. Yeah. It's a stretch. It's definitely a stretch, but yeah.
But it's bottom of the barrel, like CRC Trim Run. You know.
They paid more for the packaging than they did for the weed that went into the column to extract it. Unfortunately.
I think if you actually look back at the last post, the bottom of the jar said net worth instead of net weight.
Oh my God. Really? I didn't scroll all the way through. I've seen CRC Trim before. Oh, wow. That means it's legit. I mean,
oh yeah,
that's pretty awesome. So yeah, you know, if you're torn between which CRC Trim booth to get, you know, Rate My Booth is there for you.
Okay. All right. Got it.
Did you make it just now?
I just made r/pick my booth.
Legend.
It is now mine.
That's awesome.
I win. Highest P wins.
User Happer Slapper posted, I got this cart and it tastes like parsley. I got a cart today and it exactly tastes like parsley, and I don't know, it's really strange. Like, I feel high of it, but it just tastes like an intense mouthful of spaghetti.
What the fuck?
What?
Did it come with garlic bread?
I hope so.
So,
and a kiss?
My question is, was it a Dank Vapes cart?
Ooh, I don't know. They didn't say. That's a good comment,
The one experience I've ever had with the Dank Vapes cart, it was Jet Fuel OG, but it tasted like a goddamn crawfish boil.
I just asked. If I get a response, I will update y'all. Diamond Exo says, Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti.
Have any of you guys ever gotten one besides you?
I've never had a parsley tasting cart.
Parsley.
I've had a cart actually like blow up inside of the little thing that I had it in one time, and that was an experience.
Did it taste like parsley?
It didn't taste good before I hit it, and it definitely didn't taste like much after.
It tasted like blood and disappointment.
A little bit of lead too, maybe.
Yeah.
A nickel.
That's what the blood taste is. It's just iron. There's a lot of iron in those
6 sub-ohms, bro.
You gotta really crank them up, for this stuff is so stable. You gotta just crank that shit up.
That's fucked up.
Easter Dake says, Mamma Mia, OG. And the logo is just the emoji, the Italian, like, it's a spicy meatball.
God.
Hell yeah.
Can you imagine spaghetti OG?
Oh, dude. Just ripping off the Chef Boyardee logo.
What terps would those be?
GMO, dog. But not like real GMO. It would be like the food grade or botanical or whatever the fuck people want to call them. Those terps of a mimicked GMO profile that wasn't really GMO, but that's what they got it sold to them as. So they're kind of mad. That's what it smells
like. This is what it is, right?
Cart nights.
Cart nights.
I love it's like the duality between overt creativity and lack of motivation that like the cannabis industry really has just a fucking monopoly on.
The catalytic converter of creativity.
Thank you. That's a much more apropos way of putting that. All right, last one before we get into some weed news here. User Dillflow says, tolerance break? I've been a daily smoker since I was 14. I still get high. Should I take a tea break? How often do you? I'm kind of scared of how shit it's gonna be. I'm also drunk right now, so I would have made this post better, but sorry. Side note, Reddit. Reddit is tough. I need to come back on here. Today's Reddit posts are brought to you by posts with 1 or less upvotes. Ding.
That's where all the real interesting content is.
I try.
It really is.
I try. And I always leave it open. I'm like, hey, I'm putting this together. If y'all find something, and you know what? Vinner found some. And I appreciate that. But if you want to see different posts, definitely holler at me, and I will put them into the doc for next week's show. If you enjoy the 1 update or less posts, then it's what we're going to do.
Oh, we forgot a Florida man for this time.
No, that's okay. Maybe we can make one of these a Florida man.
Are any of them from Florida?
No, I mean, Alabama's basically the Midwestern Florida, so, I mean...
They share a border, bro.
Do they?
All right, that's close enough. Close enough.
I never really looked at them on a map very closely, apparently. Fort Payne, Alabama, Snapchat video led narcotics officers to a home on Sand Mountain. They got a tip about the video on Sunday that shows a man flashing marijuana, guns, and money and daring someone to, quote, come get it.
Get it.
Now, if you watch the video itself, it's hilarious.
Oh my God! Can we cut? Can we cut to the video?
Yes, we can.
Come get it, baby boy. I bet you won't. Hey, come get it. Come get it. I bet you catch a bullet before you get it. Come get it.
Yes,
Yes.
I've always wanted to be able to just cut to a video. This is so dope.
Wait, hold on. This is where we're gonna do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Where you at? Where you at? Huh? Where you at?
Cut to the video.
Oh, hold on. I got more. Hold on.
It's been cut now. Now they're back.
Where you at?
That's the magic of
And
editing.
we're back. They arrested. They arrested 22-year-old Cody on various drug charges because, of course, they went to his house. Because cops, you dare a cop to do some shit like that, they're gonna. Sheriff says the agents confiscated more than a pound of mids, cash, THC wax, and a pistol. They also provided a copy of the video that we already cut to.
Where you at?
I know it doesn't, but will you please tell me that it says mids in there?
No, it doesn't.
And if it doesn't, just put the website up there and paste over it mids.
Yeah.
And then we're good.
Fantastic. Cut to the mids.
It's
Come get it. I bet you catch a bullet before you get it.
really funny too because the dude is dropping the N-word like 30 times in a row in the video, and he's clearly white as hell.
Oh no.
Okay, before I cut to this video, are those already bleeped, or do I have to go through and bleep all those N-word usages?
Let's go ahead and cut the video back out. All right.
I'm gonna do every time you said cut, I'm gonna cut to a micro portion of it.
Atrix Did Not Thought says the video is so good. Shit you do when your name is Cody.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Was he drinking a Monster? Hitting drywall?
Where's my 4 Loko?
As much as I don't like cops or anything, it's that kind of shit that makes me kind of wish I was like an agent or something, just to be just cruising Snapchat, like me and my fucking squad. Like this dude flashing guns, being like, "Come get it," and then me looking at the boys like, "Let's go get it." Oh God, that would be so fucking dope.
That's amazing.
Just cleaning up the streets, that's all.
The shitheads.
This is kind of cool news. If any of you potheads ever wanted to go work for the White House, usually you would not be able to smoke pot and do that. But That
No
may
way
not
you can do
be
that?
it may not be the case anymore. It says that the Biden administration is issuing new guidelines Friday meant to address an unexpected hurdle it faced as it aimed to quickly fill key White House positions. Recreational marijuana use. That hurdle, probably not being able to find anybody that can fucking pass a drug test. DC is lit. It says though marijuana use is legal in a growing number of cities and states, it's illegal under federal law and is therefore a potentially disqualifying factor in obtaining security clearances. Transition officials quickly identified recreational weed as a potential hurdle for applicants, especially younger ones, in meeting that requirement because everybody fucking smokes. After what one official described as intensive consultation with security officials, in quotes, and the Personal Security Division, the White House will now, on a case-by-case basis, waive a requirement that potential appointees in the executive office of the president be eligible for a top-secret clearance. Officials said a waiver would only be granted to those who have used marijuana on a, quote, limited basis and who are in positions that don't ultimately require a security clearance. Like, I use it when I'm not at work. Is that limited enough for you? Yeah. That's kind of whack. And I mean, you think about it, like in legal states and stuff, like I bet a US post office, like postal service job is pretty dope. You get really good benefits, retirement, all that shit. And just to be able to like smoke weed and drive around, like give people their fucking packages, like that'd be a pretty cool job. But because it's a federal position, federally weed illegal still, you can't get those jobs. So you have like this huge gap of people that would probably be pretty fucking good at doing that, and then an inability to hire them. So this is, I think, good baby steps in that direction of fully re-legalizing it.
So another thing that I found with that is not only just federal companies, but any companies that are more than one state. If they do anything with any other state or anything, they will say that they follow federal law because they do it with more than one state. So because of that, they will not hire people if they test dirty for that, even with a card, even if it's legal in that state. That's how they say it in my state. So
yeah, that's whack. Like,
it's a lot of jobs.
Who
too.
cares?
A lot.
There was one time ever,
now.
I think ever in my life that I had to stop smoking for a drug test, and it was because it was for telco stuff, and they only gave you one drug test at the end of the class. Like you paid $1,000, you took the class, and then they guaranteed you a job starting out like $500 a week or whatever, going to all these cool places doing that shit. So me and all my friends, like, we stopped smoking weed together and took this class together. Like, and the last day, on the day that like everyone had to take their drug test, we literally drained the water thing. Like, the dude had to put 3 jugs on it because everybody had like these giant 64-ounce mugs, and we were all just like getting that last flush in before the drug test. It was so ridiculous. But I thought those jobs were cool because they only ever drug tested you after that if something happened and like there was incident reports written up and shit, and then everybody obviously would have to get drug tested. But at that point, you're probably losing your job anyway, so whatever. And everybody that was in like management positions and everything of this company, like they were all potheads, and they all knew the game was like, you do the class, you fucking pass the test, and then you're scot-free as long as you don't fuck nothing up, you know. But like some of these cats were on really tall buildings, like doing antenna adjustments and shit, and then finishing their work and then just being able to smoke joints out on the rooftops and shit of like these skyscrapers and everything. Like, such a cool job. I think they should do it that way. You know what?
Is that really a cool job though? Because that sounds kind of terrifying.
I thought it was fun. I don't know.
I mean, it sounds like fun.
The fuck else are you doing at 19 years old? You know, like that pays that good.
I was gonna say lots.
Well, yeah, I mean lots, but not getting paid like $500 a week and then per diem and getting to travel to all these places to do that shit. Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking some decent money.
Yeah, it was not bad, and that was just starting out. Like some cats were making $1,000 a week once they got going. Until Nortel went bankrupt, of course. When Nortel Networks went under all those years ago, like that kind of put a big kibosh on that whole industry. Let's see. Pennsylvania? What's Pennsylvania doing? We got any listeners in Pennsylvania?
Maybe.
Marijuana legislation is going to get another chance there in Pennsylvania, thanks to a new bipartisan bill. State Senators Dan Laughlin and Sharif Street this week introduced a bill that would allow those over the age of 21 to buy and use weed. It would also expunge the convictions of those sentenced for nonviolent weed-related offenses. Existing medical marijuana dispensaries will be allowed to sell their products to the public, and new dispensaries would be licensed. Licenses to grow weed would be made widely available, a departure from the strictly limited number of growers allowed under the state's existing medical marijuana program. And they say, quote, while my colleague Senator Street and I come from different political parties, we see a bipartisan way forward on marijuana legalization that is premised on safety and social equity, Laughlin said in a statement. As the marijuana movement reaches Pennsylvania, legalization must be done the right way. This bill ensures a legalized market in the Commonwealth is implemented and safely and responsibly. So, progress.
Pennsylvania.
It's progress. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, progress is always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that, and we didn't see this starting out, but I like that it seems like every bill that we've read in the last couple years on this show has added in that whole expungement record bit, which is cool. Because, like, they didn't do that in Washington when it first started. They didn't do that in Montana. They didn't do that in Oregon when it first started. It was... I guess everyone was just happy to get legal weed. Like now it's like, well, yeah, you're going to legalize it, but like, what else are we going to get? You got to let these cats out of jail and then give them jobs and shit. That would be nice.
Right.
Yeah.
And the last one here, Kansas, also looking to do something with weed. This is out of Topeka, Kansas. It says Kylie Klug, flanked by her 13-year-old son Owen in a wheelchair, stood before Kansas lawmakers Wednesday and pleaded to let her treat her son's hundreds of daily seizures with legal medicinal marijuana. At one point, she paused to tend to one of the boy's seizures before resuming her testimony. She says, quote, he, as you can see, suffers from a rare, relentless seizure monster called Dravet syndrome. He, at his worst, has struggled through up to 200 to 300 seizures a day. Klug was speaking in favor of a bill that's a new effort this year to legalize medicinal marijuana. She says her son has shown significant improvements using products containing limited THC, which falls in a gray area under Kansas law, and they want the option to try other cannabis treatments. She says, quote, we need the flexibility to explore different strains and ratios, she said, in order to find the combination that's most effective to combat these seizures. Kansas lawmakers are taking another run at medical marijuana legislation this session, but it could face long odds after other plans have stalled in recent years. The state has taken only the smallest steps to allow medical use of products made from cannabis, and the new bill includes significant restrictions aimed at making it palatable to lawmakers less interested in loosening marijuana laws. It seems pretty whack at this point. I mean, it's always been whack, but it seems like extra whack at this point to fight it as a state or as the state lawmakers and everything. Like, that's so... Like, clearly it helps people. Clearly states are benefiting from it, from financially and fucking mentally. Like,
it'd just be like Idaho and completely ban cannabis outright while surrounded by legal states and Canada on all sides.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. That's
so whack. It's like, yes, your kid can go ahead and have seizures. Meanwhile, over here, there's people actually making a living and supporting families with it. Like, that's just so mind blowing to me that there's still representatives that have managed to keep their jobs this long, that are like, nah, we're going to make this as restrictive as possible for the kids. It's like, fuck. I think that's about it. We'll put links to it in the show notes. You guys can check out all the stories that we talk about every week over on hotboxpodcast.com. Want to again mention thank you everyone that boosts the server, and also thank you everyone that's been jamming Project Survival. Definitely check it out on Spotify and Apple Music, YouTube Music, all that shit. And if you want, you can send me some cryptocurrency and I'll just give you the download right there. What other rapper takes crypto for their songs? I mean, come on. Who are the boosters this week?
The boosters? Are you gonna do it, Vin, or am I gonna do it?
I like that I don't have to do it. I can just bring it up and put them on the spot, and then they have to figure it out.
Well, you always just ask it, so we just always assume. But the boosters are this week: Bison, Brontosaurus Mids, Diamond XO, Dr. Dabenstein 710, Eastern Dank still holding GME, Freeman 13, Glitter FM, Glob Goblin, Globaholic, Goliath Cult Leader, Grand, King Cord Dabs, TM/Drink Hunter, Not Matt, MF Slug, OG Robin Cars, Reggie Ray, Slumpy, Turpril Enema, and Zamasu.
Hell yeah. Shout out to all those boosters, especially Eastern Dank, who along with me is still holding GME. And it was
this time,
an amazing week.
The people who are left in here, the people who are left in here who could win are Atrix, Diamond, Eastern. Yeah, one of you three is going to win a shirt right now. So, then put those in a random picker somehow.
Drum roll.
Yep.
And go ahead and hit it.
Atrix said,
Were you thinking of 69?
my number is 69. Matt, were you thinking of 69? I'm always thinking of 69, Atrix. You know that.
Then Eastern did the fucking the Price is Right trick. He did 69.1.
$1.
Diamond XO wins.
Diamond XO, hell yeah. Hit up Grand in the DM and let him know the size, and we'll get that put in.
Absolutely.
And everyone else, I don't know if by the time, if you're listening to this podcast, you should probably still have time if it's still February 27th. But after the fact, you won't be able to get them anymore. Limited edition run. So definitely check them out over on Bonfire. And the link will be over there in the show notes at hotboxpodcast.com. So
absolutely. They will be gone after this, and we will have to come up with a new design for the next one.
I mean, you'll probably be able to catch them on the secondhand market on Reddit, but the price is going to be outrageous.
Yeah,
outrageous. So I'm talking like $1,000 shirt here. Eastern Dank says 400 or best offer. All right, $3.99. I got you.
Okay, yeah. I'll do mine for $3.75.
All right. Well, have a great week, everyone. Thanks for listening. Come hang out on the RDABS Discord here, and we'll talk to you next week. Peace out, y'all.
See you guys later.
See you.
Let me get my feet wet, tiptoe on the scene. So fresh, so clean, Andre, that's me. Giant with the rhymes, and I play with the beats. Plus I'm feeling extra mighty after puffing the green. I'll give them something to see, a full moon. Selling wolf tickets to me, I'm no fool. But let me get a seat at the table, it's too true. I've been hungry as can be with 2 spoons. My city don't want me here. There's reasons they don't like me, cause I've been had skill and that is clear. It's T-A-I, yeah, D-Y-E. Let me bomb this, I'm feeling so atomic. Got the chronic, so you know what I'm on, it's up. Weed is harmless, got ice up in my bong, so that mean I'm always frosty like Sub-Zero. I'm stuck. Smoking. Smoke. Smoking. Smoking. Smoke. Smoking. Smoke. Smoking. Smoking. Smoke.
Matt Lee and tie-dye, smoking on that good weed, rolling up joint after joint in my hood scene. It's a good thing I live where I can keep smoking. We don't give a fuck about weed here in Oregon. I'm rapping from the home of legalized drug use. 1 gram, 2 grams, sipping on that bug juice, waiting on a never-ending story from the plug. Texting like 911, I need a hug. Late Nate Dogg said I'm smoking weed every day, and I ain't the type to buy drugs and never pay. Delivering like Ritalin, some medicine is slithering. Hypno, psychotypical, the rest is hit or miss. Uppers and downers, I like it in the middle. Yo, I'm fitted for the mission, no matter where we finna go. I'm driven like a purist, I like it pure as the driven snow. Tripping on the cure just to let the people know. Smoking.